Nigeria's main opposition party, the PDP, is facing one of the biggest internal crises in its history. At the center of the storm, a controversial party convention and a ruling of the court that could reshape its future. In 2025, the PDP held a national convention in Ibadan, a crucial event meant to elect new leaders and stabilize the party ahead of future elections. But almost immediately, controversy erupted. Some party members took the matter to court. They argued that the convention violated the PDP's constitution and Nigeria's electoral laws. According to them, proper party congresses were not conducted in several states, and the Electoral Commission, the INEC, was not properly notified. A federal high court initially ruled against the convention, but the legal battle didn't end there. The case was moved to the Court of Appeal of Nigeria. In a unanimous judgment, the appellate court dismissed the appeal and upheld the earlier ruling. The judges ruled that the PDP failed to comply with key legal requirements for conducting a valid convention. As a result, INEC cannot recognize the outcome of the Ibadan Convention. The ruling has sent shockwaves across Nigeria's political landscape. For the PDP, it raises serious questions about leadership, unity, and its ability to challenge the ruling government. Will the PDP overcome its internal division and rebuild its political strength? Or will this crisis deepen the cracks within Nigeria's biggest opposition party? Only time will tell. Good evening once again. Tonight, we take a look at the crisis rocking the PDP, which has taken a new dimension. The Court of Appeal today sat, and obviously, the camp of Wike has taken the day. Tonight, we take a look at the implication and possible outcome of this judgment. What does the future hold for the PDP? And what do we expect in the coming days? My dear friend, the Court of Appeal have ruled in favor of Minister Wike, or should I say Emperor Wike, or the owner of PDP. What is your take on this?
Well, the issue is this. The two fractions in the party now, you can say Sheyi Makinde Bala fraction,
that's what the PDP
and the Wike
fraction
today.
So what it means is that Sheyi Makinde and Bala Mohammed
in one camp.
have lost today.
They have lost today.
Okay.
And they may likely lose the whole battle. There have been words on the street that both of them are on their way out of the PDP. Bala is on his way to the APC. Sheyi is on his way to the ADC. But let's go back to the issue. These two fractions, not too long ago, were technically one fraction. They had one agenda. The agenda is Atiku must be stopped by all means. Atiku must not be the PDP 2027 presidential candidate. I think where the problem started is, though they had the same agenda, but the motive was not the same. The Bala Mohammed and Sheyi Makinde may have want to stop Atiku so that they will be the beneficiaries. Maybe they become the presidential candidate and vice presidential candidate respectively. While Wike himself wanted to do that, in the words of Sheyi Makinde, to hold the PDP for President Bola Tinubu, so that Bola Tinubu will not have a serious challenger or a serious contender who will challenge him in the 2027 election.
But one might argue, because judging from what Sheyi Makinde said in his last media chat,
yes,
he said they had an agreement, which means they may have agreed on something, which is to stop, first of all, to stop Atiku,
yes,
and then something else must have followed that agreement, which Shea Makinde and Wike refused to declare to the public. So you saying that they had one agenda but different motives clearly, negates the claim the both of them were making. Both of them spoke of having an agreement.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. You may have an agreement with someone, not knowing that the person has other motive he has not made clear to you in the agreement. This was not their only agenda to stop Atiku. There were actions they took to ensure that that agenda materialized. For example, you and I know that the immediate past national chairman of the party, Bamagu, was not supposed to stay in office until the time he left. It was these people that kept him in office. Bamagu and Anyanwu even went as far as getting a court order to remain officers of a party. You can imagine, do you need a court order to be the leader of your family? Do you need a court order to be the chairman of your kinsmen? That is just what it looks like. Because political party is that familiar, that relationship can be likened to that of a family or even a group of friends. So they had an agreement, I concede, but clearly someone did not communicate his other agenda to them, and that is the result you see.
Okay, for me, I think I would like to look at this from a different dimension.
Okay.
PDP as a party was already dead, long dead. Shea Makinde and Bala Mohammed and Wike having factions is almost like asking to make salt and sugar brothers simply because they all look white. The party is already dead, and I'm glad that both of them have realized that the party is dead. Going to court was just for pride and ego. Why did I say that? The court, as we already know, is already in the pockets of Wike and Co. Let's not trivialize this thing. They know it is a complete waste of time. If they believed in the court, they will not be talking about one of them going to ADC and the other one going to the APC. Yeah. So there wouldn't have been any need joining forces with another political party. So as it stands now, there is practically or literally no PDP in existence. But I want to ask, what is the implication of this judgment as regards to the race in 2027? Will PDP be able to feature in the 2027 general elections? Will PDP still be in the ballot? Will people still know what the name PDP is by 2027? What is the implication of this judgment?
I want to start with one of the comments you made about the PDP dead before those fractions. I want to say it here. It was the three of them and some of the governors who were in their camps encouraging them that actually killed the party. Some of them have joined the APC at the moment. But yes. I want to tell you, the PDP had a crisis after an emperor, an owner of the party, a bad loser, lost the 2022 primaries. That was when the problem started. But the party was still formidable. It was still a force to reckon on. Not until, these guys wanted to keep Bamagu as chairman of the party against the will of majority of the party stakeholders. And then they now brought in court orders. Sam Anyanwu stays, Udo Okoye is secretary, and then cumulatively now led to this. But let's look at the implication. You see, one of the implications of today's judgment is that the caretaker committee set up by Wike is legal. That is one of the implications of today's judgment.
So about the who works for the opposition government, that is a government.
So the implication is this: if you want to still be in the PDP, you must accept Wike as your leader. If you're not ready to do that, then you have to consider joining another political party. The second implication is that your candidature will be set aside by a court. There is still a possibility of that happening. The third implication is that no serious Nigerian will vote you if you contest on the platform of the PDP in 2027 election. Because most voters who are enlightened understands that voting you is as good as voting APC. So what is the need for me voting the PDP where clearly I'm voting the APC? So, and then of course, back part of the reason why the PDP will remain in this election is to play the spoiler, to make sure that as much as possible they split the opposition. So this is, for me, is what the implication is going to be or is.
So clearly, it is obvious that the judiciary has been politicized by politicians. There is nothing left of the judiciary as we speak, especially for a fact that friends of the judges or friends of the court, have taken over the affairs of the court. If you look, I want to give an example. You look at the case between the River State government and is it the appeal court, where they contested the local government election that was done. They cited several technicalities. Now you want to wonder, these same politicians tend to obey court orders when it favors them, and the same politicians will disobey and disregard court orders when it doesn't favor them. Where does this lead us to?
There's another point I would have expected you to add, that Wike hardly lose a case in court. You cannot reference any one case Wike is a party to or an interested party to that he has ever lost.
That is what I said now. He's a friend to the judges, and the one who goes about building judges complex, building houses.
Judges paying him courtesy visit.
Judges paying him courtesy visit.
When someone
what are you expecting?
When someone is taking lands that are subsidies before the court to build judges' quarters, what will anyone expect the outcome of that case to be?
All right, as we round up today, what message can we take from this? Like, exactly what message do we have for Nigerians in regards to the run-up to the 2027 election and the PDP?
I think Nigerians should be more vigilant, and I think Nigerians should also be more up and doing, because clearly the people we have in government are anti-democratic elements. How they managed to make Nigerians believe that they were Democrats over the years, I don't know. But like I have said in the past, any actors that intend to destroy political parties are out to destroy democracy, because political parties are democratic institutions. And I think Nigerians should watch out, and Nigerians should be wary of these governments that they don't want to be tolerant in this democratic space.
Well, as for me, I want to clearly state directly that the judiciary or our courts, let me just put it judiciary so that I'll be very generic. The judiciary have become an arm of political parties. Let me be very specific. The judiciary has become an arm of the APC. And as it is right now, if there is a case between the APC and any other political party, or an interested party who is linked to the APC, just know it that the case is dead on arrival. And we did
dead on arrival or decided before it was.
That we decided. So with that, we'd like to come to a close tonight. Please feel free to share this video. Your criticisms will be well appreciated. And until next time, do well to join us again. Have a good night.
Good night.